And now I can start talking to you about why EDM is a bad genre. I think it's...
What? Wait, okay. You're going to have to explain yourself.
Okay.
Because EDM is the best genre.
So, what I mean by this is, what music is made, when music was first made, okay?
Right. It was made probably with drums and shit and people banging sticks on rocks.
Definitely. I just think EDM strays a little too far away from the roots of music.
How though? Because when music was first made, it was probably people singing in drums, and then it expanded. It started being horns, maybe string instruments, right?
Honestly, okay, so that...
And even the string instruments and the horns are straying far away from people just singing with drums.
That's honestly...
And then when you had string instruments, they started electric string instruments, and pianos turned into keyboards, which turned into synths, and now we have digital synths. It's just as the technology is growing, music is also adapting to that technology. So now that we're using computers, we have those instruments on the computer. We have digital versions of synths, and synths are real things.
Honestly, what I said was probably just the most troll argument you could have given, but that's not too far away from my actual opinion, which is EDM is objectively bad. Honestly. I understand.
How?
It's in its own. It's okay. It's in its own genre. It's fine. It's a standalone genre, and it attracts a lot of people. But
it's definitely more futuristic type of music. It's more modern music, but it's still music.
But honestly, I feel like the however many years of mainstream EDM, I feel like it's just we've heard it all. It's gotten really stale. And it's gotten really
entirely disagree. I think we're still discovering new ways. I think we've hit. We haven't seen anything super new in a while, but cloud rap, that's kind of new. A space bass is coming out in the last couple of years.
See, you saying these
2010s.
words, I don't even know. I don't even space bass. I don't know what that is.
But it's not all the electronic music just hit 1995. Electronic music is a thing now. That's not how it happened. You had synths, and synths was electronic. Synths were part of electronic music. And then you started getting music on the computer, and people could start composing stuff in a workspace and not just having to use the instruments. They got to work in a DAW. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I honestly,
it slowly
started fine, the synthesizers and all that. The introduction of electronic-ish style to music, I thought is really cool. I don't know when that started. I don't even want to say.
No, you probably have the same opinion that people that listen to classical did when jazz started, and you probably have the same opinion that people that listen to jazz had when rock started, and when alt rock started. The people that had regular rock were probably oh, this devil rock and the hippie music. And then people that listened to that were oh, the rap, rap is straying too far. And now that electronic music hit, you're a person that listens to rock and rap. You're oh, electronic, we've strayed too far. You have the same opinion that the old people do that you look back at and laugh upon.
I feel like you're trying really hard to not say, okay, boomer.
Okay, boomer.
There it is. Okay, boomer. That's probably the most inept response you could probably give in a conversation like this.
I didn't even say it though. I explained
my
reasoning.
But okay,
it was just an elaborate way of saying okay, boomer.
Might as well just say you saved your breath.
Yeah, you're right.
But all that to say, EDM is its own genre. And I don't like it.
I know you're saying it's a lesser genre than genres like rock and rap.
No,
it's different.
It's not. I know it's not a lesser genre because if you
when
look at the numbers,
music, it's there's music, but then there's electronic music, and I entirely disagree. I think any sort of art through sound, in my opinion, is music.
I think that's
besides audio.
Yeah, then like I said, it's an objective statement where you can take it as you please. Some people, I am not this extreme of an opinionated person, but some people argue that it's just not music at all. I think it's music. I just don't think it's good music. Like you can't get
Okay.
much better with what you're at right now. It follows the same formula. Good EDM follows similar formulas, and
Wait, and what genre of music has gotten good in the past 5 years?
I would say hip hop, trap. Trap has evolved.
Trap is literally just like from electronic music. Trap is a form. I think the trap you're talking about is rap over trap beats, and trap beats are electronic music.
There's some pretty good beats out. There's fire beats out there. There's pretty good ones, and there's rappers out there that have innovative flows, and you still hear new flows and new rhyming schemes and all of that. New like interesting things that are gonna keep you listening because they know that at the end of the day, consumers are really quick to jump ship if they're not interested in you. So
yes, you could say the exact thing about people that produce electronic music.
No, I would say their fan base, their audience is pretty stagnant. You guys will go to the festivals and you guys will go to the things and listen to the stuff. You guys don't want to be critics because the whole atmosphere for festivals is this peace and love. You know what I mean? You don't want to be the jaded consumer. So it's my job.
I'd agree. I don't know. I feel like there would be just enough critics in electronic music that there are in like rap music.
Yeah, like, maybe that's ignorant. I don't know.
You could make the argument that rock and rap have more critics than ignorant consumers, but I think overall there are both ignorant people, ignorant consumers, and critics in both genres. Like every time this just happened, the Electric Forest lineup got posted, and there were just a ton of people saying they're not going to go because the lineup sucks. And I know a lot of people go because the lineup don't go to these things because the lineup suck. And honestly, I think I'm going to pass up Electric Forest because the only band I saw on there that I haven't seen, I guess I'm going to see them soon, but that I want to see that I haven't seen to death is 100 Gex, who I'm seeing tonight. And there are a few other names that people I kind of want to see. But, like, if it's only a few people that I think are new, different artists, I'm not going to go. And maybe there are, like, blindless sheep that are going to buy the tickets no matter what. But I think you could say that for, like, the B96 Jingle Bash that's happening that has the fucking... What is it? The Jonas Brothers are going to that?
Yeah,
it's something ridiculous.
That's a group all of their own. The people that only listen to top 40, that only get exposure to music on their way to work, listening to the radio and
I know you're not talking about them.
No,
and I haven't had too many experiences with rap shows. Although I did go to Riot Fest, which was a lot of punk and alt rock.
Because I will say this, there are quite a few EDM. I don't know the word, artists, DJs, performers.
Well, artists, producers actually make the music. DJs are just like performers who just perform the music. And usually there's a lot of overlap, but you'll get notable examples of DJs that don't produce music and producers who don't DJ, but they're usually hand in hand. So
right. And if
you want to refer to people making music, then producers is probably... But there are people, like, I just went to a show. I'm wearing a sweatshirt right now. Fox Stevenson, he's a DJ, but he also turned most of his, like, EDM, like, DJ songs into live versions, which he performed with his band. You probably never see this band unless you listen to his DJ work, because it wasn't, like, his band wasn't anything groundbreaking. But, like, for people that really liked his music, seeing the band was, like, really cool.
I can appreciate that, like, not saying this is going to a concert or going to a festival or something. You don't have to listen to your favorite artist. You can listen to an artist or listen to a DJ. That makes you feel all right. That you enjoy listening to. As long as you think you got your money's worth. I mean, that's all that matters. I mean, truthfully, as the consumer, I think that's what your overall goal should be in terms of the big picture. But I mean, it's up to, at the end of the day, it's up to you to what music you want to listen to. But EDM, that's just not for me. It isn't for me. I've always been more leaning towards hip hop and rap. I listened to.
I understand that.
Yeah, I listened to it growing up. I listened to a lot of hip hop and R&B. My sister would listen to like Ja Rule and all that shit like back in the day when I was like 10 or 11. So growing up, I would listen to that. So, and I don't know, like growing up, I don't know what music you listen to. I don't know if you listen to electronic early and then you just kind of rolled with it the rest of your life, or you just kind of hard curved after
Yeah.
a certain time.
It definitely was a hard curve. So growing up, I didn't really listen to much music until I got into high school. Then I started doing a lot of classic rock and jazz at about the same time.
Nice.
And
It's a good arc.
And then I started listening from like rock and jazz. I started listening to video game music, like chiptune and stuff.
Oh man, wait, what age was that at?
That was like in high school.
Okay, yeah, that was me too. Yeah.
And then from that, I think there were like Halo and like Skyrim remixes, and those turned into like electronic remixes, which turned out into full blown electronic music.
Oh man, I remember in 2011, 2012, because I remember I was a junior.
And this was Pandora Radio, so thanks Pandora Radio.
Yeah, I was gonna say because
Pandora
Radio had their 8-bit Pandora stations.
Was like
it was the shit. Pandora was the shit.
Yeah, I don't use it anymore, but I really have to give Pandora probably has like the best like find a more music algorithm that I've seen, because like Spotify's and YouTube music sucks. Like SoundCloud doesn't really have an algorithm for finding more music, but it just like gives you random new people's songs, and usually it all sucks. Pandora had the best like, here's how you get new music. Here's music that you would like that isn't exactly the same as what you're currently listening to.
Yeah.
And I haven't found anything that, maybe I'll just start using Pandora. Maybe it just sucks now, but
I actually just Googled it, and it was it's like the Human Music Genome Project. Essentially, is like
Pandora?
Yeah, it's essentially what the algorithm was based off of is like a 10-year social experiment to see what everyone listens to, which sounds kind of weird in retrospect, but at the same time, it ended up working out in the long run because it ended up being more accurate than Spotify algorithms or anything else. So, I mean, whatever they did, fucking works.
Are you reading that? Like, does it say that, like, definitively people think Pandora is better than Spotify's algorithm?
No, I literally Googled Pandora Music Genome Project, and it's, like, went on about what Pandora is really all about and all that shit. And, I went on to explain. I don't really know the science behind Spotify's algorithm, because I do have Spotify Premium. Allie and I have it, and I will say...
I used to have it.
Yeah, and it's okay. I do like it. Like, the 4 playlists that I get every week are new songs, guaranteed new songs.
Those are good.
Yeah, the Discover Weekly yields some gems from time to time. I say I save like 2 or 3 songs to my library per week, which isn't too bad. It's not awful.
Oh, you know, I might need to restart using Spotify, because they always had like, I forget who it was, but someone like made like an updated EDM playlist every week. They had a couple I'd look at, and those were always bangers. Like, the algorithm sucked, but like people actually made the lists, and those lists were always bangers.
I think you have to pay money to go on Spotify, right? I don't know if it's the same as
on your phone you can go on Spotify, but it's just all random songs and riddled with ads.
No, I meant
Spotify
like
for your computer
to like get your music on Spotify. You know what I mean? Like if you're like an up and coming
on Spotify.
Yeah, if you're like an up and coming like EDM.
Yeah, I don't think it's that much. Well, I matched with a girl on Tinder like maybe a year ago. Never ended up ever like having any. Like, I never ended up like ever meeting her, but she like had a 4-song album which she put on Spotify.
Oh.
And she like was not an artist. Like, no one was listening to her stuff.
That sucks.
But I mean, no one watches my stuff or listens to my stuff, so it's more of just not trying to be an asshole, just trying to depict the situation. But she had her stuff on Spotify, so
that means she's legit.
She's legit about trying to get people to listen to her stuff, but you know,
can't do much about it, man. Like, if it's good, then people will listen to it. And if it's not, and if it sounds the same as anything else, then why would they choose that over anybody else's? You know what I mean? It's one of those things. But yeah, I don't know. Like, off the top of my head, there's probably 3 or 4 songs, EDM songs. Don't ask me what the name of it is, that were really, really
What's the
good.
name of it?
No, shut up. I don't. I don't know any of the names of the songs. If I think of them throughout the podcast, I'll probably end up just screaming them. But there was some songs that were good and they were catchy, and the drop was like, "Yo, that was good." But I can't listen to music like that all the time. It's just, I don't know. It's just
Okay, so I'm not going to assume you're an idiot, right? But by electronic music, you mean like all genres of electronic music and not just dubstep, right?
Yeah, yes, I do.
Okay,
But
because Curran will talk about electronic music. He'll be like, yeah, Mason only plays electronic music. I really like this electronic music. And I'm like, dude, that's fucking futurecore. That's not
no,
dubstep.
EDM is its
Like,
own
yeah,
thing.
okay.
Festival
Just
music. That's
making
what I'm
sure.
referring to, you know.
Yeah, because people will talk about electronic music and only mean dubstep, or they'll talk about dubstep and mean all of electronic music. So I was just trying to make sure that you understand that house and trance and future bass are all genres as well.
Yeah.
Because the only ones I play is dubstep. If you hung around me and trying to appeal the songs I listen to, that's mostly dubstep and future bass.
Yeah, and I know I've heard of it, and
trap.
And trap. For this. I mean, it depends on the mood. If you're feeling extra ignorant, then yeah, you'll throw some trap on there. But that's
extra ignorant.
Extra ignorant, dude. That's a mood, right? Like if you throw on trap, then you're feeling ignorant. If you want to steal a stop sign or something, do something illegal. do something mildly illegal.
Yeah.
But so when I tell I think electronic music, I don't mind electronic music as a whole, but EDM is the only like genre I consider, or subgenre I guess, that I consider almost like nonsensical to an extent, because it's been so refined and it's been so done and like overcooked that there's nothing else you can get out of it. Like that's it. That genre's done. Like get it out of
the same thing about rock.
I don't know. I really don't know, because when you say rock, do you mean alternative rock at the same time? Because alt rock is now such a broad category that it'll never be overdone. Because there's New Muse. New Muse is alt rock, and then Billie Eilish is considered alt rock. You know what I mean?
Fucking serious?
Okay, so God, fucking damn it! I guess we'll talk about this now. Billie Eilish winning an alternative.
Is this
rock?
Another topic?
Yeah.
Oh my god! This is. Are you serious?
No. This is
the hell?
This is actually real. Billie Eilish wins favorite artist alternative rock at the 2019 AMAs, American Music Awards, on ABC. This happened November 24th.
Wait, ABC? Okay.
Yeah, on ABC a few days ago, Billie Eilish accepted the alternative rock award.
Okay, what was this? What was the award name?
Alternative favorite artist in the alternative rock category. And yeah, I didn't believe it either. When I saw it, I thought it was fake. But then I clicked it and it was ABC. It's much to my dismay. And then I was like, that really puts the nail in the coffin, doesn't it? That's honestly the end of alt rock. It's like the death of alt rock, right there.
Was it the American Music Awards?
Yes, that's what it was.
Holy motherfucking shit! She beat out Panic at the Disco and Imagine Dragons.
Which
this is just straight autism.
Befounds me. And of course I posted.
Well, Imagine Dragons has been on there the last 10 years, so
Imagine Dragons is like the Nickelback of this decade.
And I'm sure Panic at the Disco won way back in the day. Now Panic
I have
at
no
the
idea.
Disco never won, it looks like.
Yeah, I have
like
no
Green
clue.
Day beat them.
Green Day?
How's Panic at the Disco not? Wait, hold on.
Because they're considered
like
Panic
at the
pop
Disco
rock
do stuff.
They this year, you mean?
Oh no, Panic at the Disco. I'm looking at this. I'm an idiot.
Yeah, I was gonna say they released an album earlier this year.
Right, but why are they not on any of thing before 2010s? Were they not considered alt rock until recently?
Well, their recent stuff has been more alt rock, but then they had a lot of pop rock, and they kind of had a genre change. They kind of had a Brendan does what he wants really when it comes to those albums, but
well, I like that kind of mentality. To do whatever the fuck you want.
Honestly,
So that brings me to my favorite electronic artist. Well, one of them, Virtual Riot.
Oh,
He's hard. He's known for like his like hard like dubstep sounds. But that dude is a fucking genius. Like I've seen videos of him playing legit classical music, like on a piano, and like some of his songs are just like really fucking chill.
I like that. Yeah, if you're able to
if there's
switch genres and know and be
Which
able
he
to
can.
differentiate it, yeah, that's impressive to me.
Also, yeah, and the way this guy talks about like producing, it's like he knows so much.
Right.
Like there's certain people like that which are like, okay, this guy's a genius, this guy's gonna go far. Like you listen to his songs, it's like, oh shit, like this is some new genius level stuff. And then you'll hear someone, I don't even want to name any shitty dubstep artist names, but most artists that make a subgenre of dubstep called rhythm, which is just fucking terrible.
Right.
Which a fucking baby monkey could figure out.
So, getting back to the music,
All right,
American
getting
Music
back
Awards.
to Billie Eilish, yeah, okay.
So I did make a post on the Facebook.
I did not see it. Yeah, I probably didn't see it.
Yeah.
Wait, maybe I did and I ignored it.
Either way, I have people unfollowed, like, unbeknownst to me a lot, so it's one of those things. So I don't frequent Twitter very much. I don't have a lot of followers. I don't really care to get followers. Facebook, I have a few hundred, I guess, so it's a lot easier for me to just kind of share shit and get opinions back. So usually when I share shit, I share on Facebook. And I captioned it, labeled this the death of alt rock as we know it. And I got a few weird looks, in virtual form, I guess, like in comments. People were saying, "Oh, just let her do what she wants," and yada yada. And I agree, and she should do whatever she wants. And I think she's doing awesome for her age. She's 17 years old, dude, and she's like more popular, and more successful than I will ever probably be.
Oh yeah, but I've listened to her, and that isn't alt rock.
That is,
I don't think,
not alt rock. Okay, she is some pop, punk, alts punk.
Yeah.
Some other prefixes with some other suffixes. It's not what you're saying it is. Stop it. Like, we have.
I mean,
I don't. It's just so.
I mean,
crazy.
the picture that I'm looking at it now, and the picture that is of her is her wearing her fucking. She basically became the character from part 6 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Okay,
Jolene Cujo. Yeah, you just look up Billie Eilish, JoJo, and you should see comparisons where she literally. But JoJo's is pretty alt rock, I'd say.
Yeah, I'm looking at the video now. She's coming in wearing all plaid, looking great.
But JoJo's like or JoJo Bizarre Adventure, like all of the bands or all of the characters and moves are just references to musical artists. Like, one of the main characters from part 1 is REO Speedwagon.
Oh yeah, I heard of that. I heard.
Another one is like something Zeppeli, like as in Led Zeppelin, and then Cars is a character.
Oh, so it's like
band,
it's just
Cars.
really like closely resembling it, but not enough to get sued.
Yeah. I mean, if you make a show or if he make a manga, and he like named his character like fucking REO Speedwagon, like I don't think he could be sued because it's a fictional character inside of a work. A copyright law exists to try and pass something off as your own. If you name a character like REO Speedwagon is the name of your character inside of a story called JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, I don't think you could get sued because REO Speedwagon was never supposed to be a character. It was supposed to be a band.
I feel like if that ended up happening, they would have the patents or whatever to just be get that name off there. They're also two different
things. One's a band and one's a character in a show. Like,
yeah, but the entity REO Speedwagon is owned. But you know what I mean? Like any alias that owns REO Speedwagon.
At least in America, it would be really fucking hard.
Okay, wait, hold on.
In other countries probably, but
hold on. So I'm still stuck on this. So when she was accepting her award, and behind her, dude, I know I'm still stuck on this. So she's accepting her award, which was fine, whatever. And then behind her,
Right.
it said Best Alternative Artist. It said nothing about rock. So
She is pretty alternative.
she is
Maybe she's
quite the
sexually alternative.
No.
And that's why she won.
Dude, it's actually
Her gender is alternative.
No, that's
what?
actually a good point. Because she's actually weirdly sexualized for being 17. That's what I hate about Hollywood. Like,
Yeah, but
17,
she tries...
close enough. Whatever. She's fine.
But she doesn't sexualize herself. In fact, she wears stuff that are try to be as least sexual as possible, right?
No, it seems like it. Yeah, absolutely. And there's like montages of like her eyes and her smile with like some stupid song playing in the background. And it's so evident that they're trying to make it something it's not and make it weird. I feel weird talking about it actually, never mind. But now I'm watching Post Malone winning favorite album, rap hip hop. So that's a little more suitable. That makes a little more sense. Post Malone actually had a good year. He's really good. Beer Bongs and Bentleys came out this year, right? Or was that last year?
I don't know. Alright, I have to answer the door. I'll be right back.
Oh, I heard that. That's what it was.
I'll just cut shit out.
No, it's fine. I'll kill time. Let's see. April 27th, 2018. That's when it came out. One of the better albums in my personal opinion. Little does Mason know while this was all happening, I was spinning flax into bowstrings. Currently at 727. For those of you who didn't know, Mason is going to... Oh crap, he just told me the name of this artist, band, guy that he's going to see. Damn. That just goes to show how much I don't care about EDM. It really is brutal. Okay, so if that one came out last year... Post Malone. He's the same age as me from Syracuse. That's crazy. Postmalone.com. Post Malone, album 3, Hollywood's Bleeding. Alright, I'm gonna take a stab. Say that's gonna be his. Still doesn't say. Who the hell is this? Awesome. Who's at the door?
Do I need to cut all this out?
No, I was just talking.
Okay, well I'll listen to it back and we'll see.
If it's bullshit,
guess...
then no.
What?
I said if it's just a bunch of bullshit, then yeah, cut it out. That's fine.
We'll see. I mean, I might leave it. I might think it's funny. It's not like anyone's gonna get this far, anyways. And
if they do, then you know what? They're heroes, man. They're obviously AFKing something while listening to this, so that's admirable.
I was worried that the people that are coming were arriving early.
Oh, was that on it?
Kind of getting nervous. No, that was so what happened was I guess this guy was delivering like a HelloFresh box. You know what that is, right?
Yes, I'm familiar with that.
So he's like, "Oh, is this yours?" And I'm like, I know, I've seen it before. I know it's my neighbor's. So I was like, yeah, it might be like one of my roommates or something. He's like, "Oh, okay, I have to take a picture. I can't leave it in the street." He's like, "This is yours, right?" And I'm like, "Okay, it's not mine, but I know it's my neighbor's, so I'll give it to them." And he's like, "Oh, it's your neighbor's." I'm like, "Yeah, I'll leave it." He's like, "Oh, okay." And he left.
Did he do one of those things where he was trying?
He took a picture of me holding the box.
Yeah, was he just trying to like pawn it off? Like he just wanted to leave. He's like, "It's yours.
Well,
it's yours, right?" Say yes.
He wanted to prove it was inside, and I was gonna take it upstairs and put it right in front of their door. But I guess they just took a picture of me.
That's actually really funny.
Holding it. I should have just been like, "All right, take the picture, and I'll stand over there." But instead, I was just holding the box while they took the picture. So now these people are just gonna get a picture of me holding their box.
That's super good.
So I guess we've barely seen I think I've had no actual interactions with my neighbors. I think we've had an interaction where she was walking in her door and she saw me and I saw her, and that's the only time we've ever interacted. Oh, and her dog went into my apartment because I left the door cracked for Tom, so I heard someone open a door. So I'm like, "Oh, hey, what's up, Tom?" Open the door and just a dog comes in. I'm like, "Oh shit, that's not Tom." So
that's
I slammed
terrifying.
the door on her dog.
You just beat the shit out of your
slammed
dog.
the door on her dog. I just closed it a little bit.
That's the worst.
No, I just like closed it, and the dog kind of like knew to like go away.
So your only interaction with besides
Besides seeing her briefly,
besides seeing her very briefly, and
was slamming your door on her dog. Yes.
and now she's gonna be like, who the fuck's taking pictures of my my packages?
Yeah. Well, now she just has like a picture of me holding her box, but like I left it in front of her. Like she has nothing to be worried about because she has her box now. Like it's in front of her door, and I guess her shoe. She leaves her shoes outside.
What?
As well.
Why do people do
also,
that?
I don't know.
I'll steal your shoes.
I mean, literally only 2 people are ever gonna go up there. Like her and whoever lives there, and people that live across the hall. Cause because in the common area, it's not really a common area. Like only 4 different houses are ever gonna enter the area. So me, my roommate, and then my 2 friends that live across the hall, and then whoever lives upstairs. And we think there's one guy that lives alone upstairs and one girl who lives alone with a dog upstairs, and we don't think anyone else lives there.
It's just them.
Yeah, apparently Nick says the people that live upstairs take a shower at 3 a.m. and then we see the girl on the other side with her dog sometimes. Like I've seen her maybe like 4 times.
That's weird.
So, yeah, and she definitely looks like a girl that wouldn't be able to get a boyfriend.
Brutal.
Not trying to be an asshole.
What if she listens to this, dude? Holy shit, dude.
You know what? I helped bring her box in. I can say once that she looks like she wouldn't have a boy. She just doesn't. She looks like someone who's just like, I don't know, like.
What if she was listening?
I don't. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm trying to cover. But like, I don't mean it like that. It's just like she doesn't like fucking get all dressed up to look super hot to take her dog out. Maybe she does get super dressed up to go out. Yeah. I don't know like how she dresses when she doesn't take her dog out, but at least from what I'm seeing, when she takes her dog out, she gets dressed to take her dog out.
Yo, when I get dressed to take my dog out...
I hope that's not an insult. I hope nobody will ever take that as an insult because it's not supposed to be.
Well, no, because maybe she's dressing to impress when she's taking her dog out, you know? We don't really know.
If she's trying to dress to impress when she's taking her dog out, she does not fucking know how to dress to impress. In fact, she's failing hardly, but I don't think...
Dude, that's a little more on the nose. All right, we're getting warmer.
We're getting warmer.
We're getting much warmer. But with all that being said, dude, how was your week?
How was my week? Okay. So for the past 3 months, I moved into this apartment, and I've been sleeping on a twin size mattress stacked on top of another twin size mattress. So when my girlfriend comes over, we separate the mattresses, so it's now 2 twin-size mattresses next to each other, but like there's a hole in the middle. There's like a little crack.
It's essentially a broken full-size mattress.
Yeah, it's a broken full-size mattress. So I finally got this fucking bed, and it is great. It was the bed that my mom got.
Nice.
A while ago, but like as my mom put it, they've had this bed for like a decade or so, and as she put it, no one has ever had sex on this bed. So that's a very weird thing for her to say in front of me and my dad.
Yeah, it's kind of strange. How old is this bed though?
I don't know. It's definitely not super new, but it's like it feels like it's like a worse version of memory foam. It's not like as good as memory foam, but you can tell it's getting there.
It's forgetful foam.
Yeah, it's forgetful foam. But no, it's good. It's queen sized. I really like it. I have all of my, I don't know, the sheets all in the corner. So it's pretty much essentially right now it's a twin-size bed because of all the sheets I have on it. But, you know, whatever.
It's better than nothing.
Yeah, I know, but I finally got the bed. It took me a little bit to get in. I needed to reorganize a little bit. I was sitting on my bed playing on my computer because the bed was that low. Now the queen size is too high, so now I'm sitting on my trunk, which I was used to store bags. Now I'm using it as a chair, so I really need to get myself a gay men chair.
Absolutely, I think everybody deserves a racer, a DX racer in their lives.
How much is that?
Like fucking a lot. But
Okay.
honestly, if I had the money for a DX Racer, I would 100% buy one. Because I got those bearings, it makes you go super fast, and you could fly across the whole room with one single push. Sick.
All right. Well, I'll be sure to get one.
Absolutely.
So I got this new bed, but now my room, which was a room, is now mostly bed. It's like 70% bed. And there's a little...
That's a preferable room setup for me for some reason. I love a cozy room. Like I don't need a lot of space.
Yeah, it's really small. I mean, I would mind more if I didn't have a living room. I just guess I have to make my living room a little more like, living roomy. Because it's fine now, but I think I'm also going to get one of my favorite chairs from home, so... Because my dad doesn't want it anymore. It's too big for where he's moving, so...
Brutal. Where are they moving?
So, they are moving to different places.
Oh, shit! Live! You heard it here first.
What? Yeah, isn't it normal isn't it like the norm for parents to get divorced?
Welcome to the 50-something% Mason's parents,
50%?
ex-parents. I think it's over 50%. Most parents get divorced before the kid turns 21.
So my mom was tired of my dad's shit, my dad was tired of my mom's shit, and my mom was finally like, okay, it's time for us to get separated. And like at first my dad was like, oh, she wants a divorce, it sucks, everything sucks. But he was just complaining because that means like change is happening. He wasn't mad because the relationship was ending, he was mad because change was happening and he was comfortable. So I don't really have much sympathy for him. Because I also had to move out. That was change. Except I was getting excited for it because I was finally moving in with someone that I wanted to.
Yeah,
so I don't know
typical boomers afraid of change.
Yeah, that's how my mom handled it. She was excited to move in with her brother.
No one's excited to move in with her family.
My mom was, because my mom and her brother are... friends, close.
Oh, okay. I know sometimes, like, moving in with family...
Like, it was a choice. She probably could have had somewhere else to move, but, like, it was definitely her choice to move there because they get along really well. Then my dad's moving in with her sister, but, like, they're also close. I think they work at the same bar, so...
Nice. That ends up working out.
So yeah, so I got the bed... Not much room in my room now. What else happened? I went to an electronic show. I think it was Eptic. I got really drunk. It was really fun. Eptic is one of my favorite artists.
Eptic.
I'll send you a song. Eptic. Yeah, I'll send you a song.
Rhymes with septic.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I think you're wrong.
It literally rhymes with septic. I don't know what you're talking about.
All right. So that was Wednesday, and then Thursday was Thanksgiving. I don't know. I played. I don't want to give up too much information because the game's like not. I don't even know if it's announced yet. But we got ties for someone to basically you just like destroy capitalists and police. And you're like Antifa. You're basically Antifa. It's a game where you play as Antifa.
Antifa Simulator, really fun. Essentially.
And now, Antifa Simulator 2020.
Nice.
And now I want to join Antifa.
Are you sure you didn't just accidentally stumble upon propaganda? That's what it sounds like.
It was definitely socialist propaganda.
And this is
like 100%.
And this is like a game propaganda that you said is coming out soon.
I don't know. I don't know if it's soon or if it hasn't been announced yet, but
interesting.
I just I don't even know if there's an NDA. I don't think anyone signed anything, but he was given like a developer console that he let us play with. And the game was pretty good. It has its ups and downs. But I think the one thing you need to take away is if you want to fucking play Antifa Simulator 2020, this is the fucking game for you. And oh boy, does it do it good. And you do end up killing a bunch of capitalists, so...
Say no more.
It's good. Yeah, I don't know if I should be prevented from saying anything. Like, I don't know. I was just like, guy brought it to a family meeting, or family dinner. I played it. It was fun. He said it was a developer console and it's not out yet, so I don't really know what that means. Because you're not allowed to give reviews of big games until like there's like a point which you can finally release your review, right?
Yeah, after a certain amount of time, then you're
Like games that
kind
are
of
in
cleared.
closed betas don't really have reviews. Like you don't really see much talk about closed betas. So like
Right. I don't know how that works. I think you can stream open betas as long as
yeah,
the
open betas are
developers.
different, but this is pretty much going to be considered a closed alpha or closed beta.
Oh well, yeah. With that,
Since
yeah. I don't really want to say anything that's wrong, but it's.
let
I
me
think.
Google the game actually.
What's the name of the game? Do you have anything for us? Feed us.
Yeah, okay, yeah, there are a few trailers on. Oh, this is from 2 years ago. It's called Tonight We Riot.
Tonight we riot.
Yeah. It's let's see how the Twitter is doing.
I'm hopping on
This-
the YouTubes, looking at this for the Switch.
Yeah, I played the Switch version.
Ooh, a lot of dislikes.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's looking like a 115 like, 76 dislike ratio.
Is it the 2019 game intro or the reveal trailer?
This is the PAX East one, so I don't know if this was when it just came
Maybe
out.
YouTube.
Nintendo World Report TV, that's the YouTube that it's on. And it's looking
Yeah,
like
it is.
it's a cute little side scroller. It's looking like workers of the world unite. Let's liberate this building. And then they come in.
Yeah, so the game is fun enough. It's like you will continue playing the game because the gameplay isn't like a drag, but the gameplay isn't anything super new. The best part about it is like the aesthetic and like the atmosphere of just being a rioter, like killing these fucking cops and socialists. I think is like what you're playing the game for is just the story, and call it propaganda or call it not. Like it's a fun little story. If you hate cops, I definitely would recommend it. If you hate capitalism,
Yeah, there's a lot of anger in the comments section, I would say.
yeah, it only has 3,000 views. On
Bro,
it.
imagine spending 4 years and thousands of dollars with a supposedly competent team of devs to make the Antifa Pikmin 2D side-scroller with no attention to detail, shallow gameplay, and generic pixel graphics that look like a Newgrounds Flash game. Could have at least made it look like a Patapon or something. Oh shoot, I looked into it, and the second level is you literally going into the woods and slaughtering some ANCAPs just bumming around in there. Left really exudes the shrill, trembling bloodlust of a chihuahua. Oof. Could have made it a little more on the nose. Definitely a little biased opinionated there. It's looking like this game is gonna be somewhat fun. It's just gonna be, I don't know if it's gonna be something I can play for hours, but something I can pick up and play for a little
when
bit.
I played it, there were only 4 levels.
So for now it's 4 levels, but I would imagine it's gonna be a little bit bigger than that. Probably twice as big. But I don't know. I mean, did it have a price point yet?
No, I don't think so.
I'm gonna say this is gonna go initially. I'm gonna say probably in the $40 or $30 price range. I couldn't imagine them starting off with 60 with this one.
No, there's no way it's more than 20. It feels like a $10 game.
Yeah, it could be a $10 game. Truthfully, if the backlash is so severe on this game that they're afraid of it not selling at the price point, then they could get really scared last minute and drop the price. Especially seeing as how low budget it seems to be. I don't know if they put any money specifically into certain parts of the game or anything like that, but it looks relatively low budget.
Yeah, no, it's short. We beat it in a day. I think. I don't know. I don't know how much I'm allowed to say. I don't know if I'm being held against from saying anything else.
I would play it safe. If you don't think you should say it, then I would say no. Pretty much
I don't
anything
know
in the video that I'm looking at right now, you can probably say.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's probably like the fact that we beat it in the afternoon. I don't know if that's public knowledge yet, but
It just looks like a Contra style shooter, which isn't a bad thing at all. looks like a game I've seen 100 times before, and with just a little political edge on it, it'll be fun. It'll be a time killer.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think right now, I think if they were to focus all of their coins on something, it needs to be more into the like, what can this game do that other games can't? Like, oh, just like anti like capitalist. Like they need to go all in on that if they want to like this game to sell.
I would
like I don't know.
I would love to see a full scale just marketing campaign with this game. And just have people just like storming the streets trying to liberate like towns and shit. Just like sounds absolutely stupid. So it was that game, and then what else? What else should you do this week?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Well, I think the game is good. I think it's short.
Yeah. Let's put a bow on it.
Only fault. Yeah, but good game. Excited for it to actually come out.
Sick. Tonight we riots.
Yeah. All right. So what else did I do? That was Thursday. Then Friday. What did I do Friday?
What did you do?
I don't remember. What I worked. And then I had Saturday off. I don't remember. I think we just went to bed and then woke up. Did we hang out with people? I don't remember. Oh yeah, okay. So we came over here, and then some friends from out of town came up and we watched Riverdale till 4 a.m. Riverdale, amazing show.
Amazing. Riverdale.
And Saturday. Yeah.
I keep hearing about it. So what is it? What is it about? I think you've told me before. I just completely forgot.
It's about Archie. If you've ever seen the comics, Riverdale. It's basically a take on the comics.
Okay, so explain it to somebody that has never seen the comics before.
So there's this guy, Archie, right?
Right.
He's a redhead. He plays football, but he's also a musician. But he's in love with Betty. But he's also in love with Veronica. And also, he tries to do the right thing, but literally every decision he makes fucks his friends up like 10 times harder than it would have been.
Is it more of a love triangle than anything? Is it just kind of like an emotional
It starts as a love triangle. It starts as a love triangle, but you can tell they get bored with it and they just go into their pairs. And then the asexual character from the comics turns out to be just a straight dude.
All right, what's the thing that the protagonist is going for?
Okay, so it's a murder mystery. So in the first episode, like a guy dies and he's friends with everyone and like it starts being like a murder mystery drama. It's like not too out there. Like it's like on the edge of realism, like what could happen like in a real town. Like,
and I'm gonna guess the protagonist like is kind of a shitter. And it's not super good at anything, and he's trying to like...
No, he's good at everything, and that's the problem.
Okay, yeah, it's either one... I feel like it's either one extreme or the other. It's like, he's either
He's
really
good at everything, but he's an idiot. He literally emotionally manipulates his hot teacher, whose name is Miss Grundy. Because he has sex with the teacher, right?
Nice.
You find that out in like the first episode.
Okay.
So he has sex with his teacher. And then she's like, oh yeah, no, we can't be together. And then he's like...
Quitters talk.
He's like, you need to teach me music and keep banging me, or else I'm gonna tell the police. When we heard because they were banging and they heard a gunshot, and people think the gunshot is what killed Jason. Jason's the guy that died. So he's like, I'll tell people that we heard the gunshot unless you teach me music lessons. And she's like, oh, okay, I can teach you music lessons. He's literally just emotionally like manipulating, blackmailing this poor teacher. And yes, she did bang a 16-year-old, but in her defense, he looks like he's fucking 24. Like, I don't think that counts as like pedophilia. When the character that's supposed to be 16 looks like he's 20 fucking 4.
That's what Japan does. You're literally using Japan tactics. Okay?
Me?
The guy, the fucking persona, like the...
Me? I'm using opposite, because it's like, you can bang this girl because she's, whatever, 1,000. I guess it's similar, but like...
No, it's exactly...
It's not like... No, because it's not that, like, she looks 12, but she's actually 100. It's like, he is 16, but he acts, looks, and fucking just overall presents himself as being 24, except for the fact that he's a fucking idiot. He's just a dumb 24-year-old that somehow got held back and now he's in high school and tells everyone he's 16.
No, Persona does that too. And Anna, basically any waifu material in that game is like under 18. And they look super over-sexualized.
Oh, you're right. I guess they do both.
Yeah,
I guess they do the lolly that's super
do
old,
both of them.
and then the kids that are... But it's like, it doesn't matter what age they tell you they are. It's like, what matters is what age they represent. And Archie, like, while he does kind of act like a dumb teenager, he also makes decisions that a young adult would make. And he looks like he's in his mid-20s.
Yeah, so, that's like, being a protagonist in a nutshell.
From a moral standpoint, did this girl really commit pedophilia? I don't think so. I'm going to go with a hard no. Like, if you, like, fucked a guy that looked like he was 40, but I have a disease where I actually grow super fast. I'm actually 15. Even though I looked and acted like I was 40, that's not fucking pedophilia. Get the fuck out of here.
Well, so the thing with that, like Hollywood...
Like, imagine a reverse Andy Milonakis. Like a guy that is, for all intents and purposes...
He's like 40, I think.
40.
Yeah, he's fucking old.
But his actual age, he was born 15 years ago. He just looks and acts 40. He's a 40-year-old.
He's basically a 40-year-old.
The problem is someone like that, it would be hard for them to act 40, I guess.
Yeah.
But like, if there were humans that aged twice the rate of average humans, like...
Andy Milonakis is 43 years old. Holy
Yeah, but
fuck.
he looks like he's 15.
I know, he looks like he's 15. That's crazy. That's so old, dude. He still hangs out with, like, streamers and shit, like 20-year-old streamers. He just, like...
Ice Poseidon is 30. Destiny's, like, 40.
Is Ice Poseidon 30?
Hangs out with... Ice Poseidon's at least 30.
Oh, damn it. They're all getting old. That's crazy.
Ice Poseidon age. 20... Okay, Ice Poseidon is 25.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Because I know he started, like, RuneScape when he was, like, 15 or 16. So, all young as fuck. Streaming it, so...
Alright, fine. Destiny's 30. Fine. He hangs out with people 10 to 15 years younger than him.
7.
But it's not that... It's half your age plus 7. So, if he's 43, he can hang out with 30-year-olds.
Did you know he actually got hit on by a pedophile when he was live streaming once? I swear to God.
Yeah, that's pedophilia.
Yeah, he said, apparently this guy, this like old guy, mistook him for a kid, and he had a big fucking bag of candy. Swear to God, it was like a big like paper bag of candy. It was like, you couldn't make this shit up. I thought it's probably fake, but it seemed so real because it was just on some live stream shit. And he goes, are you here by yourself? And Andy's like, yeah. And he goes, oh, that won't do. Oh, come to my place and we'll hang out. And I'm like, oh, this sounds really fucking weird. And even Andy started sounding like kind of, I'm right, no, I'm good. It was just really fucking weird. But yeah, Andy's a babyface. I don't even think he can grow facial hair. I don't think he's tried, but it's really fucking funny.
Yeah.
He's just a baby. Alright, what else? Mason never remembers his week until I tell him.
What? So then we watched Riverdale, and then Saturday we had a Friendsgiving, which went super fucking well. I did not expect the Friendsgiving to go as well as it did, because we had 10 like people who, for all intents and purposes, you could label each and every one of us as socially awkward, and we all just had a good conversation. Like, there were definitely awkward like moments, but like nobody really cared. Like, it was a really good like dinner or lunch that we had.
Sick.
At one point, my girlfriend opened up a thing of Sprite, which it's my fault, because as we were walking home, I definitely like shook the soda bag, like, because I'm a fucking retard. So I was shaking the soda bag, not realizing it was a soda bag, because who the fuck can keep track of these things?
What the fuck's a soda bag?
It was a bag from a grocery store, and it had 3 liters of soda in it.
Oh, okay. I
So
thought it was like
yeah.
a Canadian thing where it was like literally a bag.
Yeah, no. I see where you're coming from.
That's weird.
So yeah, so I was shaking up the soda, and then she opened the Sprite, and it exploded all over everybody. And that was probably like the worst thing that happened. But the food was good. We made pizza. Someone made pizza. I just bought chips and dip.
That's a
my
safe
roommate
way.
brought potatoes from his work. It was good.
Yeah,
It was
Thanksgiving was pretty sick. Pretty straightforward this year. I had a very straightforward Thanksgiving. It's like the basic essentials, turkey, ham, and all that. All the trimmings.
Yeah. Yeah, so that went good. Then I went and had sushi with my mom at night.
Nice.
And I saw my dog, and my dog is excited to see me. So that was fun.
Oh, your dog. Thor. Yeah, that's what his name is. I forgot.
Thor.
Forgot your dog's name.
Yeah.
Big
Thor.
boy.
So that was really fun. And then Sunday I had work. And I think Sunday night I just fucking went to bed. And then I didn't do anything. And then I worked Monday. Sunday and Monday I both worked till like from 11 to 9. And then Tuesday I had off. Wait, today's Thursday, right?
Today is Thursday.
Yeah.
Oh,
Tuesday
fuck,
I
this
had
week's
off,
flying
and I
by.
got to bed. Yeah, really. And then Thanksgiving was a week ago, and I had I got my bed Thursday, and then we played the D&D campaign. We did our second session.
Nice.
No, yeah, second session, and it went really well. So excited for more D&D. And then I had work what the fuck day? I work Wednesday. We did our D&D thing Tuesday. Then I had work Wednesday. And then I had Cane's chicken for dinner.
Cane's chicken. It's pretty good.
I'm sure some stuff happened at work, but I don't really give a shit enough to go talk about it. There's random bullshit. And then I went to Raising Cane's Chicken, and then I went to my girlfriend's house, and then I read a light novel, only like a couple chapters, but it's a light novel about a guy who is obsessed with vending machines, and then he gets crushed by a vending machine and dies, and then he's reborn as a vending machine.
Oh,
it's a good one.
It sounds intense.
It's a good one. Yeah,
it sounds like it would have a lot of twists and turns.
Yeah, I mean, I currently got to a part where he literally like upgraded they were like running from a giant like fire boss, so he upgraded his like vending things, and he dispenses a ton of like 2 liters of Diet Coke, and then dispenses a bunch of Mentos, and has the characters figure out that they can make like basically like just water guns using Mentos and Coke, and that's how they kill the fire boss.
Whoa.
It's very funny. It's very fun. It was played out because once, like, he was like, oh, he's looking for a thing, and it's like, oh, I found it, Diet Coke. I'm like, oh my god, don't tell me he's doing Diet Coke and Mentos. Don't tell me that's how they beat the first boss.
Sometimes the solution is so stupid and simple, and you have to just appreciate that.
After that, he's like, oh yeah, in the moment I thought of this wacky strategy, but like, maybe I could have just thrown cans of soda at them, would have had the same effect.
Yeah, what if they were just retarded and that's what they thought they needed to do? And they ended up just
the author straight up acknowledges that they only put that scene in because they thought it would be a really funny scene, and then explains why they did it that way, because like, oh, he just didn't remember that he could do the literal simple thing like throwing a can of soda at a monster and having it explode. Like, that
would work.
But it was still good. It was still a fun. Yeah, no, it would have. But like, the book goes out of its way to explain that the reason that he did the Coke and Mentos thing is because it's the only thing he could think of at the time. Because when he's panicking, he makes wacky ideas. That was a really lazy solution, but whatever. It's relatable.
It's relatable because it's something like...
Can I really... Yeah, it's something that I would like... I would be like, oh, let's try this really fucking wacky solution. And then someone else would be... Or you could just like, do the simple thing that would work twice as better. Like, that's very relatable.
No, I would agree. Yeah, that's something we both can think of. You have those 2 things. You're like, oh, these things can explode. So... all right, so that.
Yeah,
so,
and now I'm here. And I had a monster on my way home, and I'm here. How's your week, sir?
Nice. Yeah, I know we're kind of in a rush, so we're gonna kind of fly by my week. My week wasn't really crazy.
Well, we have till 11:40, or 5:40.
11. We have 6 hours.
Yeah, so we've got 15, 20 minutes.
Okay, cool.
I know I talked for a majority of the time.
No, it's good. There's only a few things I wanted to talk about.
Alright, let's do it.
First thing I want to talk about was Pokemon Sword and Shield, of course. So
You
last,
like a bad game.
so I know last
I'm
week,
just kidding.
I made it quite clear that I was not on board for this generation, and this is not something I was looking forward to. Lo and behold, my wonderful girlfriend bought Pokemon Shield, and we played through it, and I had a blast. I enjoyed playing this game. Now,
How is My Little Pony flavored Ponyta?
My little Rapidazzle.
Rapidazzle.
Rapidazzle. Rapa-fucking-dazzle, dude. Some fairy fire type, I think. I don't even know.
My favorite post was like, if you get Pokemon Shield, you're probably a bottom. And then her like follow-up tweet was like, getting it for the My Little Pony, like cotton candy pony, is not the counter argument you think it is.
How dare they? They don't understand. I'm not even gonna try to explain it to them. But the one thing I will say about this game is, I said this last week. This was the one Devil's Advocate that I was playing.
Right.
It's a Pokemon game, and I'm gonna end up having fun on accident.
Yeah. I conceded, but I also would argue that that's a bad thing. Like, it's a Pokemon game, so you're gonna like it. But it's a Pokemon game, like, just don't encourage people not to talk bad about it. Like, you can like it. It's great that you like something. Like, I love it when people like stuff. Seeing people getting joy from something is a good thing. However, if something is bad, let people explain why it's bad without just calling them haters. Like, because yes, it's a Pokemon game. You're going to like it. But if it's a bad Pokemon game, people have to call it out. So then maybe they will make a better Pokemon game next time. Yes, they made a good Pokemon game this time because all Pokemon games are good. But what if they made a better Pokemon game? Hopefully, like with enough people complaining, and the small amount of people that did boycott it, like me, not that I boycotted it, I haven't bought the last two ones anyway, but like, there needs to be some people to say why the game is bad so the game will get better.
Not only that, but I think of it as the game, the franchise, was getting to a point where it was so good and so refined that there wasn't really a whole lot you needed to do to change it. And whether or not it was, I can tell you right now.
Oh yeah, but they took stuff away instead.
That's what I was saying. We don't need a complete revamp of the game. We never did. And this is what they did this generation, is they completely revamped the genre.
We just need the good stuff that they have from other games. Like, there's always the meme that Pokemon's the same game year after year, but like, what happens is they'll make a game and they'll make that game's gimmick and some other features that are really good, and then they won't add that feature in next time. Like, my favorite gen is Gen 3, and Emerald was fucking amazing, right?
Of course.
The Battle Frontier was... So the watch that you got, like, the device, like, you always get a device, like, sometimes it's a cell phone. In Emerald, it's like a Pokenav.
That's Pokenav.
I don't remember what it was. Was it a watch?
Literally it's called the Pokenav. That's what it was called.
The Pokenav.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Maybe it was like a GPS for Pokemon. I don't remember, but that was the best one.
Yeah.
It had so many cool features.
It had a lot of features and a lot of stuff you can do endgame as well.
And then Gen 4, they're like, oh, let's do the Pokenav, but let's make it on the touchscreen on the bottom. Okay, that's kind of a cool idea, except for like, it didn't have the features I liked. Like, some of the maps were like way scaled back. Like,
but it got to the point
was fine.
where when that came out, everybody was like, yo, they need to do something with this touchscreen. Like, there needs to be a reason. Obviously, everyone was talking about what game the Pokemon, like, is Pokemon going to come out with the DS? And they used that as the touchscreen, and I thought that was brilliant. And they used it for mini games, and they used it for all this other stuff. It was awesome.
So then what happened?
And then they introduced new Pokemon.
What was Gen 5? I don't remember what was Gen 5. I just remember it being not as good.
Gen 5? Let me Google it.
It was like the Poke Watch was Gen 4, and that's what it was. It was the thing at the bottom screen.
Yeah. The Poke Watch. Pokemon Black and White 2.
Yeah, what was that?
Pokemon Black and White 2, it wasn't anything crazy. I think it was good. I think people considered this good. I didn't play all the way through this one, but I think people weren't really mad about this game.
What do I even look up?
Just Gen 5. I just put Generation 5. It's on Bulbapedia, where it discusses all the games generations. But
right, but is it like what's the thing I'm talking about? Because you get a device in every gen.
What's the device. Yeah, sorry. I get so wrapped up in these fucking pages. Introduction to the Entra Link. I don't know. Pokemon Global Link, Pokedex, Pokemon Dream, Apricorns, Pokedex. Ah, fuck! There's so many words.
All right.
Did you find it?
Well, no. I just remember it was better in Gen 4. Gen 3 was amazing, and then they brought it back for the remakes, and it was so good. Like, it was amazing. Like, why didn't they keep it? Why don't they keep cool stuff like this? But that wasn't even, like, we weren't supposed to be talking about the Pokénap for this long. My main point was the Battle Frontier. The Battle Frontier, I think it started in Crystal, and it was, like, just a tower, and that was pretty good. And then they made the Battle Frontier in Emerald, and that was fucking amazing. It was, like, an entire town devoted to endgame. Like, in other games, they have small islands that are endgame. Sometimes they have big islands. They need a bigger endgame because you beat the game too much. Collecting all the Pokemon was like an alright endgame. Like, it was dumb, but it was alright. But then you know what they fucking do? They get rid of all the Pokemon, so you can't even do that anymore.
Well, the term,
like, what is the endgame in this game?
It's like not even a thing anymore.
What is the endgame in this game? Like, how hard would it have been to add a fucking Battle Frontier? Like, oh, you need to code something you've designed literally 1,000 times before? Like, it doesn't even need to be that different.
They were
like,
just
honestly,
lazy.
just throw in the one from Emerald, and everyone would be happy. Like, throw in you at the battle train and, like, fucking, I don't remember, Gen Q, and that was pretty good. Gen Z, Boomer Gen, yeah, that was fine.
That was fine.
Just redo that. Why are you taking stuff out? Why are you making a scaled back version of a game that could be great? You're not running out of memory. We know how much memory things are. There are SD cards that hold like fucking terabytes. Like, Don't give us this shit. Like, there's space. There's manpower to make this stuff. Why are they purposely giving us a watered down product?
Because they know there's still going to be consumers and people are still going to buy.
Where's this money
going? Who knows? Game Freak is just eating it. It's going to someone's pockets. So,
like, I understand that they couldn't, like, they reused all the text, I understand why it needed to be watered back a little bit, because they didn't have that much time, but adding another area, like, of a map, I don't think takes that much.
It really
I know
doesn't.
Adding entirely new features is hard, but, like, these are things that have been fleshed out before. I'm sure the code isn't that much different. Like, the engine of the game, I don't think has changed that much since the last one.
Well, I think what makes me more upset is the fact that there's more animation. And now, if they're playing the game, I can confirm there's more animation in, like, Pokemon Stadium, which is an N64 game, than this game. So now, the next 5-10 minutes, I'm going to talk about, it's going to be spoilers, so whoever's listening to this,
that's fine. I don't give a fuck.
I know some people are going to be listening to it and going to care. So
10 minutes.
All right, so no, it's fine. 10 minutes. So it's basically what it is you play through it. Whenever you play through a Pokemon game, you start to recognize towns. Everyone recognizes towns for different things. Maybe the layout, maybe what happens in that town. Usually the music. Music is the big thing. Now, I know towns in this game, I shit you not, from the awful music that is entailed with these. I muted it 4 or 5 times when I played through it with Allie. We played through it. We just turned Spotify on and we just played through it on mute and just listened to music, which honestly ended up being fine. But it's a shame that it had to go to that. I know it's a region thing. The bagpipes in the wild was one thing that really drove me insane. It was just this incessant bagpipe. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just Google the OST for this game or this generation, and I'm sure it's already up there.
Not even a video, just the OST.
No, just listen to the whole thing, and it's and you'll know it's very forgettable music for the most part. Now, I say the most part because there are a few times where I was listening to music and I was like, all right, here it is. Here's that shit that I remember that I fucking bang on my Spotify years later when the gen's not fun anymore. Everyone forgets about it. So there's two songs in particular that I remember. The first one is the main battle theme for so the main battle theme, you lock eyes with the trainer. Not much has changed in that aspect, and then you do the whole thing, and then the battle music goes out. It's good. It's good. It's really good. It's pretty strong in my personal opinion. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go look it up. It's a pretty strong theme. Now the second one, it's also another battle theme, but it's in the gym. Now, for those of you who didn't listen or didn't play the game, and you're just listening to me fucking talk about it, you go in a stadium. Now, the UK, it's supposed to have this whole like stadium atmosphere to it, I guess. I don't know. But apparently there's no gyms anymore. You go to the same stadium every time, and you just try to fight the gym leader. I don't really know if there's a specific time. Now, I know it sounds like I didn't play this game, but I swear to God I did. And it was such a forgettable experience that I just ended up repressing a lot of it. Maybe not repressing as so much as I just forgot about a lot of this game. A lot of the plot, a lot of the Pokemon names, a lot of everything. Alien, I just kind of autopiloted through this game. It shows you what's super effective. It shows you what's bad. It shows you where to go. It shows you what to do.
Yeah.
This game is fucking super baby mode, and it wasn't as fun as all the other games. But, main battle theme for the stadium, fucking slaps. It's great. Then you Gigamax on the last Pokemon, and then the fucking opposing enemy, Gigamaxes as well. You guys throw your giant Pokeballs out, and then the music starts kicking up differently. It's fucking awesome. I loved it. And I actually...
Have you heard the song with, so you know Toby Fox, the guy that made Undertale and did all the music for Undertale? He wrote a song for the new Pokemon game.
Yes. I didn't recognize which song it was, but if...
You can look it up, but it's a banger. It's really good. It got me really excited for the game, and then as like time went on, it turns out that the game wasn't anything to be excited over. At least in my opinion.
I remember.
But that song slaps.
I do remember. Yeah, I do remember. Actually playing that song. I don't specifically remember what part of the game that song is in. It's a good song.
It sounds like a Pokemon song, but it sounds like one of the better Pokemon songs.
But it also sounds like a Toby Fox song, and Toby Fox is great.
Oh yeah. Well, have you heard it before the game came out?
No, yeah. I definitely heard it, and I was like, okay, this is super Toby Fox.
Yeah, this is epic.
This is epic. I'm sure you did. It's probably the
I played it 4 times in a row, and then I haven't listened to it since.
All right, so I mean, I could honestly make. I might just make a whole video talking about Sword and Shield, or you and I might later maybe.
Yeah, I'd be down for the big collab.
Yeah, I feel like that's a lot easier than just trying to squeeze all my opinions into what little time we have left.
Yeah, definitely make a script, and then we can go through it.
For sure. So I think what we can do is we can just call it now, and then we can maybe pick up on this
next week. You can start next week. How about that?
No, yeah, that's fine. That's perfect. So we can do that, and then we'll have.
Because I also thought of something that I wanted to talk about that I didn't get a chance to. Disney Plus. I've got lots of opinions on Disney Plus and Star Wars. Well, we'll save that for next time.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, we might just end up doing a double upload this week if we have the time, but we'll see. Probably not, but we'll see. All right. So with that being said, I am Brandon.
I am Mason, and what's the name of this podcast?
Oh shit!
We literally didn't introduce the podcast.
Oh, we're just
This is hilarious.
I guess we can just
the Mason and Brandon podcast. We'll think of a better name later.
Two degenerates.
Mason and Brandon, semicolon, 2 degenerates, semicolon. Podcast about stuff, semicolon.
Absolutely. That's not a mouthful at all.
Yeah, well, sometimes you gotta meme so you can dream, you know?
The meme dream. All right.
Yes.
With that being said, see you guys next week.
All right, see you guys next week.